This is a Catachan model with a metal bird foot. Hello and welcome to another army showcase on my channel. This is a showcase of another one of my Chaos Space Marine armies, so you're probably gathering by now that I really do like Chaos Space Marines. This is an army I call the Champions of Plufestea. Plufestea is a planet I created. I haven't really written any sort of backstory for it, apart from it's a desert planet, and this is the army that defend that planet in the name of Chaos, and they're based on worshipping Tzeentch, which is why they're all blue, and there's a late Lord of Change and so on. Now, like a few of my projects, this was created simply as a way to to start using some models that I bought. So the base of the army came from the Dark Vengeance box set. So you see the Chaos Lord at the front there, and a lot of cultists. But there are also quite a few models that are sort of old Chaos Space Marines, and a lot of those are models that I bought years ago with the idea of including them in my World Eaters army. But I never did, because they sort of didn't fit, or I never got round to sort of converting them up and using them. So they just sort of sat around. So there's a lot of both plastic and metal original Chaos Space Marines that now live within this army. The colour scheme is a sort of mix of things. So that the Chaos Space Marines have blue, black and bone armour. For no other reason, I thought that would look cool. I had rather a lot of fun painting the trim on the pauldrons blue. You'll see that when I do some close-ups. That was probably a bad choice in the end, because that was quite hard to get right, but overall it looks pretty cool. There's also just kind of a few models that are just sort of painted in more standard Tzeentchian colours like purple and blue, like the demons and that big converted vehicle at the back. So over here we have some Cultists and some Chaos Space Marines. So we're looking at the Cultists here. They come from various different ranges, including Imperial Guard, Dark Vengeance Cultists, Mordheim. You can see a Mordheim wizard at the front there, and various other things. And some of them, look like they've just picked up a gun and started fighting. Others have some mutations to make them look a bit more chaotic and strange. So if we look at this model here, for example, this is a Catachan model with a metal bird foot. Can't remember where the foot came from. And then over here we have another Catachan who has a little horn coming out of his head. So some very subtle mutations there, but just to give them that, slightly chaotic looking feel. Compare that with this model here, who, I don't know what this is. Put a comment down below if you know what it is, but it's very mutated. And then if we have a look at the Chaos Space Marines, so for example this one here, this is the Champion, blue glowing power sword, mutated head. So again, a little bit mutated, but not too much. But we also have Marines who are less mutated. This guy's just got a slightly weird head, and even got some Imperial Space Marine legs there. So both the Chaos Space Marines and the Cultists have this kind of slightly mutated, but not completely mutated look about them. Okay, so here is the model that you've probably been wondering about since the beginning of the video. This is the Disilluminator. It's made from a Land Raider, where I chopped the middle piece out of the Land Raider. So if you look at the sides here, you can sort of see some green stuff, tentacles and sort of things, sort of mutated, possessed. So I chopped out the middle of the Land Raider. The back bit is the middle of an old Rhino. Then you've got some Predator turrets on the side, and loads of other bits and pieces. And then the front part has like Chaos accessory spikes to make this kind of mouth piece on the front. There's a lot of details on here, and of course you can see, sorry about my hair getting in the way there, on the top you can see Lord Kellis, so Lord of the Champions of Plufestea, and I have two of him because he either rides on the disilluminator or he walks about, so it counts as the Land Raider in gameplay, and him and his squad of bodyguard can get inside and ride around, but I put him on the top here to sort of signal that, you know, he's there and he's riding around. I love this model. It took quite a lot of effort to make, but it was really cool. Okay, so over to some other models here. So we have the Soul Grinder. This is quite a recent addition, and I've given it the head from the Archaon mount model called Dorgar, and this is the Tzeentchian head, obviously, to give it this avian appearance. And so that's the Soul Grinder. Then we also have raptors in front. These are some classic metal raptors. I really like these. I've got 5 of those. And then the champion has been converted. That was a really difficult conversion to give him this kind of two-handed axe. But they're really, really nice models. I like playing with them. You know, they've got a nice sort of feel and weight to them, obviously being metal models. We have the other squad of cultists, once again mixing lots of different models from different places and doing some subtle conversions, or maybe not so subtle conversions, on different models. For example, this one here is a Necromunda model that has an extra head, and then this one over here is, oh, I don't know what I did here, Beastman legs, I think, and then a green stuff cloak to make this sort of champion slash agitator. This model here is non-converted. This is, I don't know what this is, so again, put in the comments if you know what this is. So in the middle here we have an assortment of models, including some Chaos Space Marines and some characters. So we have a look at this model here first. This is the actually, I don't remember what this is. This is something from Age of Sigmar, but I sort of run him as a sorcerer, or I don't know, he just hangs about when I put the army on display and I don't really use him as anything. Then over here we have some Chaos Space Marines. So this is the champion with his very grey and sickly looking skin and power fist. He's got some trophies on his backpack. Quite like this model. He's got I think he's got quite a cool pose, hasn't he? And then we have a very old metal Chaos Space Marine with a flamer. Nothing converted here, it's just how he looks. This one over here with a chainsword. I like this. I like these were, I think these were called veteran Chaos Space Marines when they used to come in a little blister pack, 2 of them, with some interesting poses. So here we have a close-up look of the characters, the leaders of this army. As always, I paint them to a higher standard than the rest of the army. So let's have a close-up look at these. So here is Sorcerer Lord Krivus. He came from the Assassination Force boxed game. He has his little familiar with him, which was fun to paint. Such a unique little model. Then we've also got Lord Nazadus here. One of the old metal sorcerers with quite a few conversions and an interesting paint job. I really like this model, it's pretty unique. Never really made anything like this before or since. Then we've got the unconverted Lord Kellis you saw earlier. Here he is again. Then we've got Exalted Sorcerer Astartes. I really like this. I did a really good paint job on this. If you have a look down here, you can see this cool sort of altar thing that he's standing on that I bought somewhere online, can't remember where. The cloak's pretty cool too. Yeah, I'm really proud of this model. Then we have Demon Prince Hebas, which is one of the Ogroid models. Another really top-notch paint job, if I do say so myself. The muscles and the cloak and the hair all nicely shaded. I'm really, really happy with how this one came out. And then at the back here we've got this rather heavy Lord of Change, Cultists the Ancient. He's got sort of lightning strikes on his base, you know, like he's just been summoned or he's doing a spell or something. He's had a few paint jobs in his life, but this is by far and away the best paint job he's had, and I'm really, really pleased with him. You'll notice he's actually standing on this big rock, and that's actually made by getting a real rock and pushing it into plasticine and then pouring resin in to create the rock. So if you look at these other models, they have rocks too, and they're all unique, because each time I do it I push, you know, a different piece of rock into the mold to create that rock. Really useful. So that is the Champions of Plufestea. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts about this army that I've created. If you want to see more, I have other army showcase videos on my channel, so do click and have a look, and post your own videos, post your own army showcases. I'd love to watch them. Happy wargaming!